decided to ring my friend Gary up, and I've ended up starting to record it because of the amount of stuff that we're talking about. So, Gary, what were you just saying? Piers Morgan?
Well, what I was saying, Karen, was Piers Morgan was on. Unfortunately, I do tend to sort of like watch the news just to keep up with the current agenda with what's going on with everything. And you know, sometimes these people, although they're unawakened, they can inadvertently help you in their own way. And he was seeing the ridiculousness in what's going on with regards to sort of like now shutting down the airport. And this quarantine thing, it's not even a false quarantine. They're saying like, oh, you've got to sort of like isolate yourself at home. So that's like sort
We've
of
been
like...
put in prison, but we've done it ourselves.
It's absolutely ridiculous, Cameron. It's like go to London Zoo, and it like opening up the tiger's cage and saying like, oh, we want you to stay in there, Mr. Tiger, and don't come out and eat someone. I mean, you know, unless they put a policeman outside the geezer's door or the woman's door, like that's sort of like flown in the paw or whatever, it's not a false quarantine. And of course, another thing as well, what's absolutely ridiculous about this, is that it doesn't count for ferry ports now. That's a big question mark.
It does. They own at the moment in a state of emergency, right? The government owns everything. They own the sky, the land, the sea.
Everything. So the thing is, people can sort of like drive a lorry across Europe, like, and then just come back through the ports as though nothing's happened. But then like you land at an airport, which other countries like have had it for 2 months, like, you know, false quarantine, and now it's still not anything at all. And Piers Morgan picks up on this, and he's saying like he wanted to get a couple of government ministers on and have a talk about it and say what does it actually mean, this quarantine, because it's not a false quarantine. I mean, to have that, you actually got to take people away physically and lock them up in some sort of internment camp or in a hotel or whatever, and it isn't that. They're saying they're doing it on trust. So say for argument's sake, if I flew out of sort of like Ibiza and come back, oh, Gary, you got to stay in. Oh, sod them, I'm staying in, like, I can go out. There's a policeman at the door, stop you going out, that's fine. But like I said, it's absolutely ludicrous. If anyone heard what he was saying last night, people have picked up on it all round. It's just...
What about the bit you were just telling me before I put the recorder on? Which was about what the nurse said about... Well, not the nurse, but she played Nurse Ratchet, that one.
What she was saying about what?
Well, about the National Health, what it's set up for. It's been reversed.
Oh, it's been completely reversed, yeah. Like, you know, I went down the hospital the other week, like, with my mate. He had to have an X-ray on his knee, and I walked in there, and for a start, there was no one in there apart from people sort of like for accident and emergency, you know, for various things like my mate Ken did, but there was no coronavirus down there. There's very few people wearing masks. There was a few, but what that Kate said, that nurse, she's absolutely fantastic.
For anybody that sees that, she's on Unscrambled. She plays Nurse Ratchet and tells you what's in injections. Carry on, Gary.
Well, she turns around and says, she says, stay home, stay safe, and protect like the NHS. And what she says is, she says they're meant to be protecting you. It's another thing that's completely reversed, isn't it? You know, when you think about it, they're there to protect us, not the other way around. So you're staying at home if you're feeling ill and whatever. Don't go to the hospital because you're feeling ill or whatever. But it's absolutely ludicrous. You've got to go to the hospital when you feel ill. You know, so it's another reversal, isn't it? And I think all this sort of like doctors and nurses like dancing around and one another, it leaves a nasty taste in my mouth.
These people don't have souls, Gary.
I don't think they do, because, you know, I was in hospital for a long time. I had a very serious accident 20 odd years ago, and I must admit, you know, fair play to them. They saved my life, basically. I had blood transfusions and everything, you know, they saved me losing my leg or whatever. But when I'm watching this...
Things have changed in the last few years, though, haven't they?
It leaves a nasty taste in my mouth, because if it was all true, which we know it isn't, like the amount of people that's meant to be dying, so you've got, like... They're there all day, like, working on these people, trying to save their life with coronavirus, and then at the end of the day, like, they go outside and start doing a conga. It just doesn't seem right to me, you know? I couldn't do it.
But don't forget, the media like playing games with us, so all they want to do is stick one of those videos up, and then so you've got everybody thinking about that it's real, then you've got nurses dancing, that'll upset that lot. They don't care.
I mean, you know,
It's always
lot
a
of people think
matrix of lies. It's not just one lie they're going to tell you. It's
Exactly.
a line and line
I mean,
and line of them.
some of it is probably crisis actors. We probably know that, but a lot of them probably are actual doctors and nurses. And for me, it just leaves a nasty taste in the mouth. I think it's.
When anybody comes on now, I look at it and I go, oh, are they real? Oh, is that a deep fake? Oh, is that a woman or a man?
Yeah, exactly, and they're dancing around like, you know, bashing their
I do
knees
put the
together now,
information out on Unscrambled, but I'm leaving it up for everyone else to work out what they think, because, you know, I have my opinion, it's my opinion, and I know what I see.
Yeah.
But, you know, yeah, that's what I think. Mm.
But now, I mean, this new ruling that's meant to be coming in from Wednesday, now you're allowed to sort of like have unlimited amount of sort of like keeping fit time and exercise and whatever. This might play to our advantage because, you know, if we go down to Hyde Park or whatever on Saturday or any other get together, you know,
you know,
can
that bit about where we are right now. So that's Wednesday. They're going to change it again. But right now, we can't buy boats. We can't buy pushchairs for children, car seats. What do you think we're going to do? Run off to the invisible piece of land that's there?
Well, this is another thing as well. Yeah, can you imagine? Like, I mean, it's like me. I have to search high and wide, like, for sort of like footwear that I can find comfortable because I've only got half a foot, and I've had hell on earth going out of places. I bought a pair of boots out of Tesco's, and it's taken me like about 3 weeks to sort of like wear them in. And I was thinking to myself, my God, what about a mother that's got about half a dozen kids or something? She's got to go and yes, it's ridiculous, isn't it? You can get some things that are meant to be a necessity, but I mean, it's all relative, isn't it? What is a necessity of one person isn't to another. It's absolutely ridiculous.
It's all ridiculous, but you know, once you know it's not real or there's things wrong, you can't pretend that it's right, and all you do is see the mistakes and the problems. But you don't think that what? Because obviously I put that video out about Boris's hands; they just don't match. There's something wrong. But you're saying what he said wasn't good. Anyway, not just for the lockdown
what
part.
Said, whoever the script writer was like, he's probably hanging from the House of Parliament like as we speak now.
Gary, in the one before, listen, in the one before, the guy who made the rule about us staying in our houses and being locked down has been fired.
He got fired, didn't he?
Yeah. I mean, how do they really think we're going to buy that?
Well, I mean, what about
it's just one of the little actors. One of the little actors has gone. That's all. One of the little characters has gone.
Is that Neil Ferguson bloke, the scientist? He's the one that turned around and said that millions were going to die like from SARS, didn't he? He's the same guy that said that. And apparently, what happened was he was going around to his mother.
No, he didn't do the social distancing. This person. You know, they deemed that he broke the social distancing rules, so he was fired.
Well, he definitely did. Like, he went out to see his lover, that's for sure. No, he apparently, like, it was the same dude, like, that was saying like that you know, SARS was going to kill millions. The same thing. It's a scam all the way along the line, isn't it? It's like that Fauci bloke that's with Trump all the time. I mean, he was there all the way from the beginning, like when Hayes was around, wasn't it?
Well, I'm just uploading a video about some theory and virus theory, and this is a doctor, and or he's working with doctors, and it's an exum theory. It's not a virus.
Yeah, it's apparently what they're saying is now that a lot of doctors have come out and they're saying like that a virus is the body's way of like.
But how could these doctors and nurses...
And it ends up with exosomes.
Listen, how could not doctors and nurses... I know this sounds really bad, because, I mean, you know, it's anarchy, really, isn't it, I suppose? But they need to go on strike. They need to stand up and say, this is all wrong.
But do you know something?
They should have known the truth. The doctors and the nurses should have known it from the beginning. And all those little nurses... I mean, me and Lee on the tube have talked to a few. They just, they turn their nose up. They don't want to talk to you. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. These people should know they're caring for other people.
Well, do you know something, Karen? Taking the devil's advocate point of view, what you've got to remember is a lot of these people are only reverting back to their Rockefeller-funded medical sort of like training.
Do you know what it's like for me, Gary? Do you know what it's like?
And they're trained, but the thing is, what it is, they're trained like in a certain way to sort of like push the pharmaceuticals. That's why when people go to the doctors, they get piles and piles of drugs like because it's all profiteering. So the thing is, they don't even know about this. I mean, I know it sounds ridiculous. People like me and you probably know more than them about what.
Yeah, so I was going to say, like a few years ago, it came up with scientists. And then when you were actually listening to these scientists, like maybe 10 years ago, they sounded super duper and you were going, wow, listen to what they're saying. But wow, now when you wake up and you know the information you do and you listen to a scientist, all they talk is gobbledygoo. They don't say anything. They go round and round and round and round and that's all they do. That's what I've noticed that's happened with the medical side. It's the same with the medical side now, Gary. They're going round and round.
Well, the thing is, it goes back to several years ago. I remember sort of like when I was in the garden of a pub, like, I see this really attractive girl, like, I thought, oh my God, she's nice. So, you know, being a heterosexual male that I am, like, I thought I'd go and chat her up. I went up and started talking to her, and I said to her, hey, love, have you ever heard about the flat earth theory? And she started laughing. I said, what's so funny? She turned around and said, you shouldn't have chose me today, mate. I said, why is that? She said, I'm a scientist. So I said, oh, right. You know, she told me she works in this establishment down the road and all that. She said, you know, I could run rings around you and all that. And I walked away and I thought to myself, you know something? You're so wrong, love. No, you are the person I do want to talk to. For a simple reason, you know, it's the same. What's happening then is happening now in the medical fraternity, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what's happening. It's those medical people should have known you can't catch a virus.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, the thing is, you know, they're walking around with masks on and, you know, viruses are that small, like, they're going to go through the mask anyway. And of course, another thing as well, you're breathing in your carbon dioxide and, as you're walking along. So I see people now running down the road, like, with masks on. They're doing themselves more harm than good. They're getting a build-up of bacteria around their mouth and in their mouth, and then they're also breathing in their waste carbon. They're doing themselves more harm than good. You're better off like having nothing and walking through a swamp of bleeding turd. It's absolutely ludicrous. I mean, and you know what's really upsetting, Karen? I said this the other day to somebody, another truther. I said, nobody now, anyone that can use a computer, like, and I haven't, you know, I find it very difficult. Like with my condition, when I first started using computers, I found it quite difficult. You know, I used to get very confused with it. But the thing is, anyone that can use a computer, a smartphone, a tablet or anything, they should do their own research. They got no excuse. In 1918, when this happened before, and they reckon even then it might have been something to do with radiation and not the flu.
Well, yeah, because they were bleeding from their eyes, ears, and mouth.
Yeah. So the thing is,
and then listen as well. We had the suffragettes going for we want equal pay. If there was no money, you were in a deep recession afterwards. How come they were asking for money? It does none of the history adds up now.
Yeah. The thing is, no, you made a very good point. With regards to the medical fraternity, it's like it's amazing how we can see it and like take what they're given with their training.
So they're like a bunch of scientists. Because obviously, you know, I've got my friend Amy, whose dad had brain cancer, and when I met her, he'd just been diagnosed, and I started to say, don't do the treatment. But it's easy to say that because I wasn't going through it. You know, they had to make those decisions, and her dad wanted the treatment. He went from a nice human being into a vegetable with a twisted body, and he couldn't talk. He couldn't look after himself, and he died in the end. But he didn't die from the brain tumour. He died from complications afterwards. And if Amy had ever known what they were going to do, she never would have had the treatment, I don't think.
This is the thing you see, Karen. It's like AIDS patients of the.
They don't know what they're doing. We're just a bunch of guinea pigs for them.
There's still guys alive now that in the early 80s, like HIV positive, like, and they was taking that drug AZT that's meant to kill you. That is meant to sort of like. It ruins your immune system. I've heard doctors.
I think that's the thing that people have been talking about. That all medication is, whatever, even if it's an antibiotic or whatever, it's to kill off your immune system.
It kills off your immune system.
But the whole point is they're trying to kill off everybody's immune systems.
What you got to remember.
That's what they did to Amy's dad on that radiation. They killed off his immune system. I think he died. I think he got another kind of disease as well. To be honest, I think he got one. My friend's brother's got one. It makes you like a baby. It makes you like a, excuse me, I hate using this word, but like a spastic. You know, your arms are all twisted, you can't talk properly, and it goes for the brain. I think her dad had something like that.
I mean, it's amazing what the body can actually do, because like I said, there's gay men from the early 80s that stopped taking AZT because it made them feel so ill, and they're still alive to this day without taking any drugs.
Do you know what I think happens, Gary? I think you'll agree with me. I'm wondering whether through this whole COVID thing, and what they're actually saying is a message which subconsciously you're seeing is turn yourself off and die.
Oh, it is. Now I've got another few theories.
And a lot of us don't watch the television anymore. See, a lot of people do, but some of us don't. But I think they're giving us other messages subliminally, which we're going in subconsciously, and it's all about turn yourself off, die.
Well, another thing as well, like it's where I live, like most of the people don't go out and they're stuck in their little flats, so they're getting no vitamin D, they're getting no interaction with people, they're watching the TV.
No, it's really crazy. They want you to take a pill for vitamin D, but all you've actually got to do is stand outside and look at the sun for a few minutes every day.
You know what it
That's
is?
natural.
If you hear what they say stay at home and stay safe and all this, right? Well, the thing is, you know as I do, they don't want you to reverse it, like we've done with everything else in the truth community, where we're told just reverse it.
Well, yeah, they're actually saying isolating yourself and locking you in your house is the worst thing you can do for yourself. It makes it worse.
So your mind is working overtime, and all these things are going around in your mind. If you're that way inclined and you've got mental health issues already, that's another thing as well. I know people with mental health conditions. This has sent them into overdrive. It really has. It's like, I mean, my uncle, like, he hardly ever goes out anymore. If he goes out, he comes home, he scrubs everything.
My own children don't want me to come round and are in self-isolation. You know, I gave birth to them.
I know, but listen, Cam, I think we've all got it. The thing is, in the truth community, right, we've probably all got this situation whereby, I mean, obviously, can you imagine how terrible it must be for some people, you know, where they've got like a husband or a wife or something that's completely don't believe in none of this stuff at all, and they just
what you usually find is that, I mean, obviously, me and Lee are truthers, but a lot of people, you're with someone who isn't, and a lot of marriages, I feel so sorry for them. I don't think I could do it. I couldn't have gone out with Lee unless he was he's into the truth.
Do you know something, Karen? I'm a single guy, but there's no way on God's green earth I could walk out of here like and then meet Angelina Jolie like. But if she didn't think the way I did, I couldn't. It would be impossible. So
not only do they have to think that we're not spinning and all that, they have to be, you know. We have to be on the same page. I can't do it with someone who's not on the same page as me.
But do you know something? Isn't it amazing, like, because nearly all the truth community.
Anyway, me and Lee have broken it all because we're not self-isolating.
As soon as we all see this like coronavirus thing, we just thought, hello, here we go, another bunch of bullshit, and you know we all see it straight away, and then you know some people are just not seeing it. It don't matter. I mean, I've got some friends that I've sent some videos, and what Andy what Professor Corkman has done and whatever, and they still can't see it. They turn around and say, oh no, because other people turn around and say on the government, oh no, this is what it is. They just believe it, and you're never going to change that, Karen. Some people,
do you know what?
It doesn't matter what evidence you show them. It doesn't matter what you show them. They're never going to believe it.
Do you know what? In a way, the television is a wonderful thing. You can see lots of great programs on it if you want, or if you're into soap operas or whatever it is. But when you wake up, you realise the soap operas are there to constantly tell you that nobody can live together and be together. It's all part of the game. But what I mean is that I hate that television on another breath, that it's there to just manipulate the people and funnel them into a system that doesn't even exist. You know, space, the whole thing, it's just used to control the people, and they stick that on, and you've got 24 hours a day, everything you go to, every website, even YouTube, everywhere, it's got that word all over it, everywhere. And yet, you know, I've tried to show people. Amy found it. Someone sent me a link to this lookalike that looked like this Shanann Watts from last year, and we found that, well, Amy found she had a Facebook, and Amy went to the Facebook, scrolled down, 2017, it's got one of those COVID-19 things on it in 2017. And it obviously was there before. So they can't tell you the truth. I mean, it's on this person's Facebook. It's in the public.
Well, I don't know if you see this this film Contagion. I actually see it on one of I think it was the Sony film channel about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and literally, it's what we're going through right at the moment. They were doing social distancing.
The Truman Show. I've done it. I've said this before. I'm sorry, I said it on a video. We've got Total Recall. We've got Space Odyssey. There's more of them. We're living in all those films put together.
Yeah, we're living in all of it, and I mean, they were doing exactly what they were doing now. And of course, another thing as well with this 2 metre rule. I mean, I've got sort of like a theory. I hate that word theory, but I've got a theory that what this is all about is to get people in the mindset for years to come, right?
Of distancing themselves.
So what's going to happen is when you're injected with a vaccine that's probably got nanotechnology in it. It won't work if you're right next to someone. They can't. It's like, if you do Google Earth, like sometimes I use it.
Well, I've thought about it. I was watching this post, right, with this, she was like it was her state, it was her town. What it is this woman's gone whole hog. No social distancing, no, we're never going to return back to normal. And I'm thinking, how can she be saying that? Like, do they need 3 or 4 of them saying these things? Or is it that they're not in control like we think they are, and that a lot of these people are reading differently? You know, like, the whole rules for COVID were so confusing. You can't go outside, but you can go outside for an hour's exercise. And everything's like that. So is it that some of these people, because, some of them aren't even in the same party as the president, they'll go, well, that's what this means, and then they continue with that. When someone else like Kate went on Tucker Carlson, he's on not Fox News. Oh my goodness, what is it? I can't think what news he's on. Oh my goodness, I've forgotten which news station he goes off. Maybe it's Fox News. And he's talking to a sheriff who's refusing to administer the laws that if people are grouped together or going to work, he's going to arrest them. The sheriff said, and that's if that person's real and it's not another setup. He was saying that he's not arresting the people for going to work.
Fair play to him.
So you've got one person saying I'm not doing it, and the other one is we will never go back to normal. We will always be segregated. It's like, well, are they all working together or what?
But you know something? It's so contradictory, isn't it? Everything that's happened is so contradictory. There's never been anything in history where there's been such a contradiction of what they're saying double meanings to everything. It's absolutely ludicrous. And I know
people should listen to what they're actually saying, because they're using words and the way that they're trying to drum it into people. But I so think, because we were talking downstairs, because obviously I was making a little bit of food when we started this hangout, but telephone conversation, but there's something wrong. We didn't all go to the hospitals. There's something wrong. Like, although they're saying stay at home, they needed us to go to the hospital. There's something hasn't happened. This is why we've been...
Well, can you imagine, Karen, how many millions it's cost to set up all them Nightingale hospitals all around the country? It must have cost millions, but have they actually set them up? I mean, does anyone actually see them, or is it just sort of like, is it all more Photoshop?
Yes, because, I'm not up where you are, you're not down where I am, we can't say. I think it's made the people more angry, actually, even if they can't say anything, and even if they don't like it, they've got to administer things they don't want to do, like only allowing 2 people into the shop or something.
Well, I mean, how's it going to work like when, say, a restaurant reopens or a pub, and they're going to have half of the customers in there? I mean, some of the restaurants around here are so small as it is, if they took out half the seating and tables, they won't be able to make a living. It'd be impossible.
But if you're actually practically bankrupt from being shut down for weeks and weeks on end and laying your staff off, you probably haven't got any money to do all the changes. But you know what? It's worked so far because, I've been up in London, obviously, as you know. Walking around at night time, we've gone to the shops, so that sort of Turkish or whatever shop is open, but 99% of them aren't. But the odd restaurant's open. They just basically take your orders at the door and you wait in the street for it. Is that what restaurants... It's not going to be a restaurant again, it'll be takeaway at the door.
Yeah, well, the thing is, how does that work with public houses? I mean, some pubs have got gardens, but I mean, when you're walking up to the bar, you know, I mean, I know when I've been a pub.
I was in one a few weeks ago with Marilyn, and they were doing all the old songs, and everybody was sort of rocking together. I mean, almost touching each other, and the whole audience is singing and rocking. People want something like that. I mean, how awful. They've got videos now of people getting together on a hangout now. You know, they're getting rid of hangouts, to be honest. That's what they're going to do.
Yeah.
But they've got I'm social, I'm distancing at home, but I've joined this hangout. And then they've had sing-alongs on videos. And it's like, it's just like...
But I mean, it's not the same as it is. It's not a personal touch. You know, when you sort of like go down a pub and there's someone on a piano, like, and you're having a sing-song up and another. Yeah, no, I mean, I can remember years ago, you know, I might walk into a pub, I've never been to before, like, and then someone starts playing a piano or something, and everyone gets up and has a dance.
Yes.
An old girl you don't know.
Do you know what? If we meet up on Saturday, I'm going to give you a hug.
Well, but we can have a dance if you want. Have a little dance. If someone's got some music on.
Gary, we've been going for 25 minutes. We've been going for 25 minutes. Do you want to finish it on whatever you were going to say? But we've been going for, you know, probably about half an hour when we finish.
One last thing, what I was going to say about, like, with regards to the social distancing, I think the reasoning behind it is to get in people's mindset, for sort of like, because this is a 10-year plan, the fact that sort of like when they sort of like give you some sort of some ID, you know, sort of like a chip in your arm or whatever, you can be singled out if they want to. So say for argument's sake, you walk across a road when you're not meant to, when the light's red.
Yeah, you get tasered. You get tasered from inside or something.
Well, yeah, either that or you'll get a fine through the post. I mean, this happens in China. I mean, some guy, I read about some guy in China walked across a road and didn't even think about it, and he went through on a red sign, and because it's all linked to a gigantic big computer. About a week later, he got a fine. He got a fine for it, saying, "Oh, you were jaywalking," kind of thing. It's the kind of thing.
Oh, well, that's the other thing as well. Everybody hates China at the moment, and people are worried that we're going to go to war with them.
Well, I mean, the thing is, I feel sorry for the Chinese restaurants. I mean, you know, who's ever going to get sort of like chicken chow mein again?
I love your sense of humour. Gary sends me jokes all the time. He's actually a very funny person, Gary is.
They might have had like the odd rat in the fridge or whatever. Like,
oh
the thing
no,
is,
please! Or a dog, or a dog.
A dog even, yeah.
Or a human. Maybe there's a human in there. It's just.
Anything.
Yeah, it's so confusing. I try and just put bits out of the, you know, that some of it may not even be real, but I like to put it out so people can see what's being said.
Do you know something, Karen? I feel like I have to pinch myself sometimes, and I feel like I'm in funny land or clown land. You know, am I still alive, or am I just sort of like?
But is that what happens when you wake up? For all of us that are awake, we see things so differently.
It must be like for us. I've got to ask other people on Saturday, other truthers like that I know and whatever. Like, you know, we meet up down Hyde Park. If they feel the same as me and feel like we're just in another alternative universe because all these people can't see it. You know, we're sort of like we're just wandering around like trying to find people like us, and then it's refreshing to meet people like us because
I just think it's so sad for the people though that they're lied to again. Didn't we have Space and all the lies there? The lie about 9/11, the lies about all the other things, and now we've got another huge, great, humongous lie. But this is going to affect everybody's lives, right? And they may not have taken that into consideration. Okay, so 9/11, we watched it on the television. Those things we've been watching them. Yes, it affects your life. It makes you depressed. Whatever's going on. But this is going to affect everybody. People are not. I haven't got jobs right now. You know, loads of people are going to be out of work. This is different. This is. I'm sorry. This is a crime.
It's a crime against humanity because what you got to remember is a lot of people like me. I mean, you know, it'd be very hard for me to ever work again.
Or do you think it's because we're awake that when this happened, it's like, oh my God, we can see it all. If you're not awake, you're not going to see it. Yeah. Just like the NASA thing.
Do you know what I think? Another thing as well, it's made everyone think about this. No one's thinking about flat Earth now, 9/11, and the fake moon landings or whatever is it? So this is like the new thing. So you know, I'm not even talking about flat Earth to anyone now. If I speak, I'll try and corona smack them. when I can. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, it is a bit like that, but I told you I've got a hangout with Ranty and Wide Awake talking about the mirroring effect on the sun, because there's a mirroring line that you cannot see through. Now, Ranty talks about it and Wide Awake talks about it, so next week I've got a hangout with them. So research still carries on, but it is a bit hard because, you know, but anyway. But also, when you're self-isolating, like you have to, if you don't have the television on, it's just very quiet out there, and I'm not involved in any of the crap that's on the television. I don't want to watch the news or the next 10 minutes when they're going to repeat it again, and I watch it again and again and again and again and again. It's mind control. You sit there watching
it. Just goes over and over and over. And you know another thing as well? Do you imagine if TV had never been invented, there was no TV and no radio, no one would know about this. We'd just be carrying on with our lives.
Well, the one thing is, if most of us have got mobile phones, so that, in a way, even though they can watch you, because they know, you know, the police can find your phone, but the GPS side, but at least we can film things. At least we can send them out straight away, even if they get deleted, and thousands of people will see it. So hopefully, more people are awake. But you know, it's got harder because they've changed all the algorithms on YouTube. So those that woke up before won't wake. You know, if it was now, I wouldn't have seen all that information.
I think with us lot, we can sort of like find all the information out because we've got channels already. I think that's what I'm saying today.
If someone wakes up
have great difficulty, they wouldn't find the stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
They'll be sent to the Flat Earth Society, you know. So I think it's very difficult for anyone coming into the
yeah, well, guess who owns YouTube? Google or the ball.
Yeah.
They're watching everything we do.
Yeah, everything. Yeah.
And I mean, so many videos are disappearing. They don't strike you for them; they just delete them. But it's just annoying. But you know, like I had the Australian guy that said you can't catch a virus. 5,000 people on my channel watched it, so that's really good. At least 5,000 people saw it.
Yeah. And you know, the thing is, it's the same as Flat Earth. I think people that...
I mean, it's weird being in YouTube. You think, will I be deleted today? You know, like, it shouldn't be happening. It's called YouTube. It was for you.
The thing is, if it was all rubbish what we're talking about, right, they wouldn't do none of this, would they? Because there's still other sites up that are up and running, like pornography and all the rest of it.
I think YouTube's turned into communism.
I think it has. That's the trouble. It's just...
I'm moaning and groaning a bit here, and I'll put this video out, but I do worry because I've got a bit of a voice, and the voice gets a bit louder the longer you go on, and you know, weeks and weeks into it, we're all frustrated.
The thing is, Karen, I'm really...
You know, my own family. Oh, yeah, you can't come round. You can't come round because coronavirus. You know, you've got to be self-isolating. And I'm thinking... I'm seething
mad. You know, I think about things like that I really shouldn't think about. It's like I see this program. There's a program on BBC Two. You probably don't watch it. It's this clown, this ISS clown, like Chris Hadfield. He's sort of like he trains all these like astronauts. They're the next ones on the ISS. And I start thumping the couch, and I think to myself, you know, I'd like to get this bloke in the bloody ring light, you know, because he's just a fraudster and a liar and a thief to humanity, you know. But you shouldn't do that. You should be calm about this. But it does make you mad, doesn't it?
I just hope somehow it comes. You know, we can only get through this as conscious beings. If you're not consciously awake, or whatever it is, it's not going to work. I just hope that more people wake up and stand up. We could take over tomorrow if we had like a very small percentage of the population of the world. We could take over tomorrow, but unfortunately, in my lifetime, I'm 60 now. I don't think it's ever going to happen because. Well, Josh Stone was talking about something. He reckoned that in America, you know, the soldiers and the police, they use rubber bullets, which if they fire straight at a human could kill them, but they're not as dangerous as a bullet. Well, they are dangerous, but you know what I mean. They're not as bad as a bullet. But they have plastic bullets. The people have real bullets.
Yes, that's right. Can you imagine, like, over in America, like, most people have got their own firearms, like, they could, a very small percentage of people could take over tomorrow, couldn't they?
Yeah, and there's only, you know, when you realise that they're all actors, there's not that many people running it. It's all done on computer programs, you know. Anyway, Gary, we've been going for 35 minutes now. I really appreciate you chatting to me.
I know it wasn't, because because did you tell everyone like what happened was when you sort of like phoned me up? I was watching a Brian Staveley like video in a photo booth in my local shopping centre because there's nowhere else for me to sit down.
Gary.
It's all good fun. People walking past thinking I'm mad, like, you know, I'm sitting in there like, they're thinking, my God, that geezer's been in there for about an hour now getting his passport photographs done, you know, there's nowhere else to sit.
Oh, but you didn't,
anyway.
when you answered the phone, you didn't think, hey, I'll be on some kind of hangout thing, did you? Poor Gary.
No.
You only went to Sainsbury's to hide in the corner and you ended up being on a hangout.
Well, the last time I was in the bus station, like just outside, and this time I'm in the because what I do, you see, I cheat. I use Barclays Bank Wi-Fi. Well, why not? You know, they got enough money. They don't care. Anyway, Cody, it's been an absolute pleasure as always. I love you lots, and we'll meet up on Saturday, yeah.
Cool, great, Gary. Anyway,
lovely.
Don't go off the phone at the moment, but for Gary and for the channel.
See you on Saturday.
Brilliant.
Bye.
Thank you, darling.
Bye.